Gotta be fucking kidding.
Here's the first movie.
Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Peel that pig and slice him thick.
The body count is always bigger.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
The fucking trees walked in those movies.
Hi, doggy.
What a story, Mark.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled.
It's just like your opinion, man.
Life moves pretty fast.
If you want your sequel to become a franchise.
37 dicks. In a row?
I'm your number one fan.
Hello everybody, welcome to Marathon Me, back in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid marathon, where this week we are doing Rodrick Rules, but not just Rodrick Rules, the second entry in the franchise. This is also, we're playing around with having a guest on the show today. And our guest is Kane and I's... Yeah, it's Kane.
It's me, guys. Hi,
Yeah,
Kane,
yeah.
second co-host right here. It's me.
So we have Kane on the show today. So tell us a little bit about yourself. No, we actually have Kane and I's good friend Kyle here. Kyle, do we want to do the last name or just Kyle?
Oh, I don't mind. Just yeah.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle D. Pastena is here today. So a little woo.
That's sitcom laugh track.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
So we are so happy to have you here today, Kyle. Did you want to have a little introduction about yourself? Because the reason that I thought the Rodrick Rules would be the best episode to have you on here as a guest is because when I think of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, I think of you in all the right reasons. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's because in primary school when Diary of a Wimpy Kid was the biggest thing ever. I remember I always made a prerogative of myself to get it as soon as I possibly could and read it as quick as I could. And I think you did the same thing.
I would try.
You would be.
Yeah.
You were always on time. We could always talk about it.
Oh,
I was very happy.
cute.
I think you'd always finish it earlier. Yeah.
I always remember you finishing it earlier.
Really? Oh.
You guys just sound like you were just in a violent competition just to see who is the better, more avid Diary of a Wimpy Kid fan.
I like grade more than you.
Which kind of sucks when you think about it, because like the books came out like there was a pretty big gap between them, each one. So it's like looking back, you probably should enjoy it a bit more. I don't know.
That's a very good point.
Live
Instead
in the moment. You guys need
It's
to
like
live in
binge
the
watching a
moment.
show, you know. It's like you want to be in with the fad, but like because as Reese said, it was big in primary school. So
Well, I mean, like, because you guys
That's a
were
very
in
good
primary
point.
school and all that, I feel like when you're younger, you're more okay to, like, reread books. Like, did you guys ever, like, read a book and then maybe, like, a week or two later, or maybe even a month later, you go back to the same book and then just read it again?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate, I'm going to see probably Jackass 4 again tonight after not even a week of seeing it already.
Because, like, I mean, just media in general, like, I just can't do that as much anymore. Like, you're rewatching some piece of media. Like, video games, I find impossible to replay again, unless it's something like Red Dead 2, which, like, I never finished, and I never really, like, appreciated it until, like, now. Oh, shit, Reese, we should just, go into another tirade about Red Dead 2, just like
Yeah,
our Royal,
exactly.
Just like our Royal Tenenbaums episode.
No, that was for the Wes Anderson fans.
Yeah.
They really care about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, yeah,
Diary
yeah,
of a
true,
Wimpy Kid
true.
fans, they more care about Kyle.
Exactly.
Well, no, I agree with you, Kane. I feel like nowadays I find it hard to go back.
Oh, yeah.
As a kid, absolutely, I'd do it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, as a kid, yeah,
I don't remember
definitely.
relapsing with Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but
Did you just
like,
say relapse?
so because I got through Diary of a Wimpy Kid so quick, you know, you got to look for like the next thing, and it was Big Nate. Does anyone remember Big-
I never
remember-
read that. No,
I feel like
fuck Big Nate. Big Nate can suck a big fat
I actually
dick.
loved Big Nate. I think it was because there was a Pop Tropica like level at the same time, and I was like, this is so cool. It actually came out, I think, before the Diary of a Wimpy Kid one.
It did.
Yeah,
It did.
and I was
Really?
Before the Diary of a Wimpy Kid Pop
like,
Tropica map.
Really? Because Pop Tropica was made by the author of Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
What?
No, he bought it. I think.
I know he has some connection. I know he has some like ownership of the actual game.
He definitely does. Jeff Keighley.
Jeff Kinney. Yeah.
Jeff Kinney.
Sorry.
I had no idea that Jeff Kinney had anything to do with Pop Tropica.
He
But
did,
that makes so much sense now.
Because like you see the art style of the characters, it's so Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Like with the side smile and all that, the side mouths, like it's
That's something I've got to look at, because I can't remember if he bought a stake in it like really later on, or if he created it.
Yeah, because as a kid I just thought he created it. Maybe he didn't, but I know he has like some part.
No, you're definitely
he
right.
has a hand in the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, obviously, especially with like the art style and all that.
Damn.
Yeah, it's insane to think about, isn't it?
Last night I watched a almost 3-hour Russian film with a friend of mine named Dylan, and it's called Solaris. And it was the second time that he had watched the film, and I think he only watched it quite recently.
Yeah.
And man, it was great, but fuck, it was slow. And I have no idea how he worked up the courage to be like, let's watch it again. Let's do it again. This 3-hour Russian film, I'm in. So, but we are sadist because we have now watched Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Long Haul 3 times. Well, I have at least watched it 3 times.
Yeah, same as I. Yeah. I'm not happy about that. I could have. I could have said that I watched it twice and then just be done with it, but because I missed like the first 30 minutes the last time we watched it and we were pretty inebriated, we couldn't really take notes on it, so we have to watch it a third time. But we're not here to talk about Long Haul, are we?
Yes. It's all in the essence and in the culture of marathon, so it's worth it. So yeah, we're here today talking about Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Rodrick Rules. Here's a bit of the trailer.
He's pooped his pants!
It's chocolate. See?
This year,
You two will stay here together and work out your differences.
yes,
And don't have anybody over this weekend.
party at my place.
Can you explain what you're doing in this photo?
That's not me.
That's not you.
Nope. 20th Century Fox presents Greg,
I got it. We can be an internet sensation.
Rowley,
3, 2, 1.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. Grab my glasses, I'm out the door. I'm gonna hit this city.
Fregley,
I'll save that for later.
Shirag,
Gupta, and I am single.
Patty,
Ow!
Manny,
I'm only free.
Holly,
Hi, Holly. Hi, Fregley. She thinks I'm Fregley.
it's gotta hurt, and Rodrick.
Aren't you forgetting something?
What? I showered yesterday. Smell.
Okay.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Rodrick Rules.
Pass it to Holly.
Okay, so I think it's only fair that we ask Kyle, what is your relationship with Rodrick Rules?
Do tell.
Well, look, I mean, yeah, as sort of Reece said, in primary school, it was like the big thing, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, so the movie coming out was obviously super exciting. You know, I was reading the books a lot. I remember my dad, after the first one, was like, Greg and Rowley remind me of you and Reece. Looking back, that's kind of like, who's who? I'm kind of like, I don't know.
That is so funny. I was saying how the first movie, after seeing it, I saw it with Stephanos, and they were all like, oh, it's like you and Reece. I'm always Rowley.
That's a good thing.
Rowley's a good kid.
It's a good thing now, but back in the day, you're like, I don't want to be
the cool one.
I don't want to. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Greg's the cool one. I don't want to be the fat ginger.
Rowley's fat.
Yeah, exactly. Greg's a piece of shit.
That's all that I would have noticed. Another thing that I think that I would like link you to this movie with is that like you're a man with 2 brothers, and this whole movie is about brotherhood and the trials and tribulations of brotherhood. So it's probably something that like you could you relate to this? Do you think?
There was a certain small extent. Yeah, I am a middle child as well, so it's like, oh yeah, Greg. But like, I never had a horrible relationship with like my older brother, like with the back and forth that these two have.
Yeah, it wasn't like an Oasis type shit where like the brothers just hate each other. Like in the first movie, they just like Rodrick just actively makes Greg's life a living hell. But it's like, I don't know. It's like it doesn't feel cartoony in a way. Like I don't know. It feels like a natural like, and especially in this one, it feels like more of a natural brother relationship, especially when like they start becoming friends and all that.
Oh yeah, I love that when they like go to the 7-Eleven or whatever. Like,
it's so endearing.
Such a good scene.
It definitely feels organic.
Yeah.
But yeah, same thing with like the Manny relationship. Like my younger brother was never like the gets away with everything kind of kid. So
your younger brother wasn't a demon from hell.
Yeah, thank God.
No cookies in the Xbox. Thank God.
I'm only free.
Shut up.
God, fuck that. But we're all brothers. Like none of us have sisters. We all have brothers.
I thought you were saying like we're all like we've been to war or something.
We're all brothers.
Wait, but quick analogy for you, Kane. Would you rather punt Manny or the Ice Age baby?
Manny. Yeah. Actually.
Yeah, Manny.
Yeah, Manny. Yeah, nah. Because like, yeah, fuck that little shit. Honestly. At least the Ice Age baby had the common courtesy to not talk, so that was cool.
There was no Xboxes in the frickin' in Antarctica to put your cookies in, so you're fine.
Actually, Ice Age takes place in the US during the Ice Age, not in Antarctica.
Oh, does it?
That's what I assume, at least. I don't know. I think woolly mammoths were in the North America.
Well, you do raise a good point. It is set during the Ice Age.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm glad you raised your glasses as well.
I unironically just to all the listeners at home. Yeah, I actually did the anime bloody putting the finger on the nose, pushing up the glasses. So
a proud moment for Kane.
Thanks guys.
So this whole movie is about brotherhood, and I think that it approaches it so freaking well. I think it's really, really nice the way that it feels natural, and you do see the progression of this relationship, where there's a lot of sibling relationships begin very antagonistic, and then I think that what this movie does really well is that it shows that through almost like shared troubles and shared they're very sneaky together.
Yeah.
And it's when they do these sort of like bad things together and they rebel together is when they really bond.
It brings them closer, yeah.
I think that that's a very sort of human element to this that you do experience with your siblings, is when you rebel together.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That is when you really bond.
Oh yeah, that's when Nick. I remember when my middle, my youngest, not my youngest, but my brother Nicholas, the middle child, the Greg Heffley of my family. No offense, Nick. Actually, all the offense. I remember when we started kind of becoming less brothers and more friends was. Oh, one of my earliest memories of us together was I'd do bad shit and all that. I remember I would throw I'd ding dong ditch people's houses. I'd do a lot of that petty crime kid shit and all that. I'd ding dong ditch people's houses. I'd put rocks on the road to try to break tires.
And that's what we see Rodrick and Greg doing in this.
No. Well, it's just we
put fake vomit on the car about gym teacher.
Oh, I wish I could have done that. No, but I guess the analogy that I'm trying to go for is a lot of the rebelling and I got this partner in crime with me who's also my brother. Oh, this is fun, and we're both having fun together. This is great. I like this, and I like hanging out with this guy. I don't just feel like I'm forced to hang out with him, I actually am enjoying my time with him, and I feel that's a message that the film is trying to pass off with Rodrick's relationship with Greg.
Yeah, it goes from them being forced to spend, because no one wants to be forced to do anything.
No.
And I think that people's relationships will really sort of fault when they are forced to spend time with one another.
Definitely.
And it definitely shows it in this film with Susan the mother being so you guys have to spend more time together. You have to do this. And that is what they hate. But then when they want to spend time with one another, then that's when they actually have that appreciation for each other. Because no one wants to be bounded to a human being.
Being forced to hang out with a person is trying to put two opposing magnets together. Trying to put two opposing magnets together and all that.
Yeah.
It's just you can't do it. You can't. You'll almost get there, but there isn't that same connection. It's like putting the positive, the proper magnet,
positive and negative.
Positive and negative. Yeah. I'm not a magnet expert, so we got a magnet expert over here.
And that's another reason why we have Kyle here on the podcast today. He is studying magnets.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a regular Charlie. He's a regular Charlie Kelly from It's Always Sunny. His favorite hobbies are magnets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That is a very big hobby for him. I think let's go through the movie now, one bit at a time. So right away, I'm really realizing now that every Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie starts with the whole family with magnets, and that's what Kyle's here today.
Just magnets.
Yeah. It starts with bigger magnetism.
Yeah, I just got It's Always Sunny stuck in my head. Shit.
The whole family go walking into some sort of place together, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, besides the first one, because
the first one just opens up with us gazing in Devin Bostic's eyes. Yeah.
Exactly, which I think is a way to introduce the entire franchise.
Yeah, definitely.
So here they're all going ice skating together.
Roller skating.
Yeah. It is?
Yeah, it's roller skating.
Roller skating, yes.
Oh,
have you seen the movie, Reese?
I have. I've seen it.
Have we watched the same movie?
Oh, maybe I just didn't. I wasn't paying attention. Damn. All the blue just made me think it was gonna be ice skating.
Oh yeah,
Well,
no, it's
anyway,
okay. It's okay.
What I like that it does is immediately it like introduces the status quo of the world now. Like right away, Greg walks in and Rowley's like, "Hey, Greg," and then they do their like secret handshake.
Yeah.
What a very good organic way to introduce. Yeah, they're friends again and they're back together where they were before. Like
Exactly, yeah, it's good.
and it sort of introduces that this. It's done in such a way that it feels like that it's not introducing that it's going to be a Greg and Rowley story this time because they're completely comfortable with each other at this point.
Yeah, they've kind of hit their like relationship kind of peak at this point. Like what I mean is like there's not really much else to develop in terms of their relationship that hasn't already been done in the first movie. For a kid, like obviously for a kid's film, obviously if this is an adult film, you could like go and delve into so much more shit. But because this is a story about Rodrick ruling, not Rowley ruling, this is about Rodrick's rule over the people, not Rowley's.
I also like how it seems like every film in this franchise has a scene where the whole point of getting these characters in an environment is to showcase that children are disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what this roller skating place looks like it's for, right? It's just showing you like kids sneezing on pizza, sitting on pizza. Everyone's really gross and closed in.
Yeah.
And they really like doing that and showing that kids, they're pretty fucking gross.
Yeah. Kyle, do you remember? You probably may have heard about us talking about like Fregley and his tragic upbringing in the previous episode. The scene that introduces him in this movie where he fishes pizza, where he gives Greg and Rowley pizza from the trash, that strengthens our theory about Fregley being from a tough upbringing. He's getting food out of the trash.
No, that's actually
what is going on?
God.
He chose to get it out the trash. So obviously there is some problem.
He's obviously not fed at home.
Yeah.
If he's rummaging through trash, that's bad. That is bad.
I mean, yeah.
Either be that he's like not being fed, or he's like only being fed like bread. That is it.
Yeah, just like scraps and all that.
Do anything for pizza.
Another thing I want to point out, it's not about Fregley, it's about Rodrick.
Yeah.
When they're walking in, do you know how he's like, "Oh, I don't want to be here."
Yeah.
And it's like, "We already bought your ticket." When he's in there, all of his friends are there. Like his entire band shows up. So I don't know if he calls them or if like they just were there. And I don't know.
These bands, it's just like there's just the guys that just hang outside the roller rink all the time, smoking weed and just like hitting on preteens and all
or
that.
unless this roller rink is like this family night for the roller rink is just the entire town comes in. Kind of like how the church as well.
Maybe, but why would a roller rink have like isn't everyone in the town congregate together?
Isn't the DJ though Rodrick's new band member at the roller rink?
Maybe it was. Yeah.
Is that good? Oh, what was
because
his
that's
name?
the introduction to
Bill.
his
Bill.
Yeah.
Was that Bill?
Was
Because
he in the scene?
that is definitely our introduction to him is he's there because he puts on the medal.
Oh yeah, was that
totally does,
loaded diaper? And then they like, all pretty much like,
Loaded diaper.
yeah, and they all pretty much like bum rush Greg and Rowley and all that
Yeah.
before Greg gets a chance to creep on
Creep on
Holly
Holly
Hills. Do we want to talk about Holly Hills
Oh,
quickly?
the exposition of Holly Hills was hilarious.
Oh my
Like,
god!
just-
Yes.
Sherrod.
If you want exposition, that's exposition done right. Do it in a way where it's clear that this kid is just this kid is a creeper. Like
He just Googled it. He just Googled her.
What? I googled her. Yeah. You googled her, mate. Yeah, all right.
Well, what I
Googled her address.
I love
maybe.
how because Chloe Grace Moretz is not in this one, so now
Yeah.
Sharav, he is the freaking exposition king.
Yeah, and
He's
it's
the
like-
one to introduce everything.
And it's like, yeah, you know what? If anyone was going to replace Chloe Grace Moretz, Chirag, you could do a lot worse than Chirag,
Yeah,
Plus,
yeah,
also, he is a
definitely.
hero. He did stop Greg and Rowley from touching the cheese in the first one. Good God, man! You almost got the cheese touch. Like, my goodness.
He is on top of his shit. Like, he knows what's going on.
Oh, yeah. Mate, Chirag's, like, honestly, like, a legend in these movies.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is. I think that this is a really, really good opening scene for the film, and it's a really strong opening to a really strong movie. Like
Yeah.
where.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely stronger than the first one, I reckon.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Do you think, Kyle, that it's like better or worse? Like, how do you think it compares?
I think it really sets the theme for that like mum cringe that you want.
Oh yeah.
It's just like one bad thing leads to another. First, it's the whole like embarrassing because she stops the whole
Oh, yeah.
skating rink. Dad grabs him out, and then he falls again into the cake. Like it's just this. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
never-ending cycle.
it's kind of like a welcome back to the world, welcome back to the wonderful
Yeah.
world of Greg Heffley
The
kind of thing.
The first one is lol friends cringe. The second one is lol fems cringe.
Yeah.
Fems cringe
Oh.
instead of friends.
Fems cringe,
Yeah.
jeez.
And then the third one is like
Society's cringe.
society's cringe. Old people cringe.
Old people cringe. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And we very quickly in this movie get to the whole YouTube viral subplot.
Oh yeah.
Which that was a weird subplot. Oh, it kind of fits.
It's
actually.
it's a product
for
of
the
its time. It was like
Yeah.
2011, so like that was like back when like YouTube was just about like viral videos, like haha funny old lady fall over or epic lol cats, because this is like back when like low random humor was like that that kind of humor.
At its start, yeah.
XD, like I'm a fire, I'm a laser, and young,
Oh
like
my
that crap.
God.
and
No,
all
but
that.
even with this subplot, like
Internet's weird.
in the first like 20 minutes of this film, there are like 4 cutaways. It's almost like an episode of Family Guy because it's like the rich family cutaway.
Oh
There's like
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean the first movie did that as well. The Family Guy cutaway.
It's true.
Probably like not in as quick succession as
Oh
this.
yeah,
though.
no, this one was
Yeah.
definitely actually.
There's
That's
a bunch
true.
at the start, and I feel like there's none for the rest.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I don't think the third one.
like there's the music one as well, where they're like the Beatles.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, the happy. The
yeah,
happy
the
family
happy-
band,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, one thing that I think all of these films sort of forget is like the mode of storytelling. Like, as in that at the start, it's like it's Greg's narration. He's like, "God, look at how weird my life is,"
Yeah.
and then at the end, it like caps it off and bookends it. But then it will just have points of time that just forget that it's like him telling a story to the audience almost. Yeah, it'll just there'll be no voiceover for scenes and scenes and scenes.
Isn't there like isn't there like it's like is then their voiceover in the show Scrubs like also does cutaways?
Yeah,
Yeah,
without a
it's
doubt.
like an episode of Scrubs, just take out the voice, the narration halfway through an episode.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
sorry,
something
in the
like
middle
that.
of an episode, and just just cutaways and all that.
That feels very similar.
Well, look, honestly, I feel like it kind of fits because, like, you know, if you're getting a story told to you by a 12-year-old, I feel like they're gonna go on some weird imaginative tangents and all that, thus explain the cutaways. At least I like to think so.
Them
Maybe
using
just a big Family Guy fan.
You're defending it, guys. It's good.
It's good. I swear to God.
The more cutaways, the better. That's how it works, guys.
That's
Have you
why.
fucking
That's
seen
why
Family
Modern
Guy?
Family still. That's why Modern Family Guy is good. The more cutaways, the better. Come on.
What I think worked for the YouTube virality subplot thing
Yeah.
is that they could use that damn Rowley TikTok thing for the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh
Which-
yeah. That's
the
like in
hype.
the opening of the trailer. Yeah.
The hype as a kid.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. No.
Oh my god, Rowley's going viral.
He's singing Epic Kesha. Oh my goodness. I remember this song, the TikTok song.
It's kind of crazy that 10 years later, like that's
Yeah.
a normal thing because Musically was a thing, and then it rebranded to TikTok.
Wait, was Musically
and then-
a thing in 2011?
No, it wasn't.
No,
That's
it
what I'm
wasn't.
saying. So like people
Yeah.
lip syncing was like what, like the
That-
original
that-
Smosh.
No, I mean like
thing?
the he's singing like TikTok, like TikTok.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! I thought you were trying to compare it to like TikTok, as in like.
no, I was gonna like actually
Yeah.
mention. I was gonna mention that like he's like they predicted TikTok by doing
did.
the lip syncing.
They-
But then again, it's like they started all of it. They started Vine. Which led to Musically, which led to TikTok. So
All began at Rowley Jefferson.
Rowley Jefferson is really the cause to the downfall of society. So
Yeah.
think about that.
And it all foreshadows the long haul, which the whole fucking plot is this whole viral video.
Oh yeah, Greg
fiasco.
becomes a meme.
Oh my God,
Can't wait to talk
hate
about
it.
that.
I'm a meme.
No, save it
You
for
gotta
the
save it,
episode.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Him checking the views, be like me checking out podcast listens, being like, there's nothing here.
4? We only got 4 lousy hits?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's me. We're looking at our stats,
It
guys.
reminds me of when I would upload videos on the Movie Nerd YouTube channel. I'd like look at him and be like, oh, 4? No, like my 1 hour, like the 1 hour YouTube video that I made showing off my DVD collection. They would only got like 4 views in like I think a month, and I was like, what the fuck?
I'm surprised Greg still uploaded that video because like you know how Rowley sits on the ball,
Yeah.
and then like his mom's like that was for homework only. I'm really
Yeah.
disappointed, Greg, and he still went and uploaded it.
Yeah,
and
Greg doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
True.
He's a selfish bastard.
He's a
this man.
he's a renegade.
He may have
honestly.
learned how to be a good friend, but he has not yet learned how to be a good son.
And a good son, he does not
Or a
act.
good brother.
A good son, he does not act in this movie for the most part. Case in point, he goes along with Rodrick for the party scene. and also beats up Rodrick in a church as well. Not a good son, not a good brother.
There's a lot of mum guilt in this.
So much mum.
Mum guilt, I think, is a force that is stronger than any freaking like gravitational pull on this earth. I like the agreements. Both the simultaneous.
No, but even like the foreshadowing.
This is a serious topic, right?
Yeah. Mum guilt is something else, guys.
I mean, you kind of feel bad for Susan because you can tell, like, when Greg tells her about the party that Rodrick and him had. It's like, you can tell it's really eating her up and all that about, like, the fact that she's all about, like, I don't lie, I don't let my kids lie, and then is literally, like, holding in a lie to preserve this relationship between Greg and Rodrick.
Which, man, this is where Greg, the freaking mastermind, where he really starts manipulating.
Oh, yeah,
like, he reverses the mum guilt and is like, if you ground Rodrick, you've fucked my relationship with my brother forever. And he reverses this. He pulls out the reverse card and just puts that guilt onto her.
My kids are gonna not know who their Uncle Rodrick is. Greg, you little manipulative piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then they full on try gaslighting the mum and dad about like the doors.
Oh yeah, there's gas.
And then,
so much
and then the dad like full on when they find out that the party happened, and the dad's like, I knew that door was there, and everyone maybe thought I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
It's like, this is
frightening.
Yeah, the eyes. Steve Zahn's eyes in this entire freaking franchise. Those eyes say a million words.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, you can tell.
And like Dog Days, when you get
to that,
Dog
Days. That's like
there's
when
a whole like Greg and
that's
Frank.
That's when he reaches breaking point in that movie.
Frank's eyes, like they get their own credit in the end of the film.
You know who my favorite actor was in the movie though?
Who?
General Grant, who was tragically left on the thermostat.
Oh, okay.
Come on, guys. Come on, don't you remember the tragic scene of Frank having to rescue General Grant?
What is General Grant doing on the thermostat?
I knew that door had a lock on it! And everybody was trying to make me feel like I was losing my mind!
We're just gonna let ourselves out.
These are off limits. No touch. They're not toys. They're figurines.
These are awesome. Don't
God.
Really quotable movie.
Oh yeah, it's great. I love it.
Going back to the party scene, that was really nice.
As a kid, that shit went hard, man.
I think I could relate to this because I had a big brother. I have a big brother that has 10 years above me, and he used to have like parties, and I would interact with his other like goth teenage friends, and I remember those being like some of the most invigorating nights of my childhood life. Like just a really like hanging around adults that also naturally, I think in this they're a lot more like ew kids, but
until Rowley busts it down.
Yeah, until Rowley fucking gets down.
Move,
yeah, exactly. We're like what's more realistic is that I think that these like teenagers around 17 years old, especially if like they're drinking and partying, it's like, oh, kids are cute, they're cool, let's integrate them.
It'd be more fun. It'd be more funnier if anything, like not in like a mean way. It'd just be like more funnier to be at a party and then just see like these 12-year-olds running around.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I want to get in on that.
Like back when when we started having parties and all that and going out and all that shit, we'd have like my little brother would be present during a lot of them, and like sure he wasn't like 12 or anything, he was like 15 when I was having parties. He was like 15, 16, but it's not,
he would get a lot of attention.
Exactly. And it's not like, because like Rodrick makes it seem like, oh, this is so lame, I'm not gonna have my little brother making this party uncool. It's like, it's not gonna do anything, Rodrick.
Yeah, I know. Like, how freaking insecure do you have to be, man?
Bro.
People will not be like, ew, you have a little brother that has nothing to do with you and no control of your life, and it has nothing actually to do with who you are.
And he's in your house?
Yeah, what the
Get out of here. Oh my god.
Like, I don't know, even just the environment of the party felt a bit weird. Because, like, yeah, Rodrick does that text, and it's like, everyone's coming. And then he's nervous to ask these girls. When, like, clearly he knows who they are, surely, if he's invited everyone. I don't know.
Well, I feel like maybe that was more to like friend of friends, maybe.
Yeah,
that's probably the case, honestly, because like that's so weird that Rodrick like does not pull anyone in these movies.
I know,
dude. He's got that bloody Green Day look. He's got the Green Day like spiked out kind of hair, like, and the eyeliner. like, how is he not pulling multiple women in this movie? And in the third one is kind of because like in the third one he changed his hair to like a more of the Strokes kind of greasy looking long hair, which I'm not a big fan of. But I'll bitch about that in the.
He
third
is still
movie.
at 10.
Oh
like,
no, definitely. It's like you go from a 9 to a 9.9. That's you're still a god. Honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on.
And it's also nice like seeing like the digital photos in this. Real Hangover style. Like.
That's just so nice. I like
getting crazy on punch.
Because it's a kids movie. No alcohol at this teenage party, even though they're all 17.
We will have the solo.
The family's out. They're in a band and everything, but no alcohol.
Yeah, but like they kept the solo cups in as like a nice little nod to like any older viewers. That's like, hey, we know what you're doing here.
We know what's
the
in
next
those
morning.
Red
There's
Solo.
like random people sleeping.
Just a mess.
Exactly.
Like
Sugar Rush, bro. You know.
Exactly. Those Sugar Rush crashes.
Yeah.
Doesn't hit you. Nothing hits you harder.
Yeah, it reminds me of my 17th birthday, man. Like we had like we had a lot of Pepsi that night, man.
Oh my god.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Crazy. Too much.
And I this whole party scene is like a very integral moment in the film because it gives the boys something to hide from their parents.
Yeah.
Which is a very human element that like the bond that someone has when sharing to hide something, especially from like a shared authoritative or parental figure, is like that's a really, really bonding experience.
Yeah.
When you're doing something bad together, it's very cathartic.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of what are their names? Reminds me of the two protagonists from 1984. They're hiding their relationship from Big Brother, and Susan is like Big Brother, and Diary of Wimpy Kid, Rodrick Rules in 1984. They're both
definite influences. Definite influence. Yeah.
Okay, I'm reaching, but yeah.
No,
actually, no, I'm not. What am I talking about?
Yeah, no, you're totally
fine.
fine.
No, fuck y'all, I'm alright.
And it's very typical of the dad to be like, whatever about the door, just think, like, when the lock on the door just disappears, just be like, oh yeah. But then the mum obsess over it.
Yeah, just...
they did a good job of explaining that, though, where it's like, that's my one time of peace a day. So,
so
she's
like,
obviously really connected to this love.
It makes sense, since, like, Frank, like, also has his time of peace is, like, the diorama, the Civil War shit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
which we don't get to see much till the third film. Like, he brings up General Grant in this film.
Yeah, he brings up General Grant, and they do...
there's, like, when he brings home the math test and shows him, like, he's taking pictures of it.
The what?
Like where he's got like the F on the... he's got the D minus.
Yeah. But
we don't get to see the Civil War reenactment much.
He had the table and he was like setting it up and all that. Yes, I remember that.
Plants the seeds. It plants the seeds for this franchise.
And we could have seen it in part 4.
And where Frank is going, where he's heading. Yeah. I love Kane when we were watching the movie. They're just theorizing that he was really on the Confederate side.
Yeah, that's why he's losing his mind, and then in the fourth one he's just gonna become like a very like brutal Confederate apologist.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's obsessed, because he's like, one day the Confederacy will overcome.
The South will rise again.
What's this town called again? Midview? Is that what they call it?
I think Plainview.
Plainview. Yeah, because when they announced the talent show, that's on the news. Like, that's on the...
Yeah.
So unless this tiny council has, like, a news thing...
I guess it's like... I guess Plainview is supposed to be, like, more so in a small kind... Like, one of those American small towns where, like, everyone kind of knows each other. Because, like, Susan's, like, very obsessive about, like...
Yeah, she's got her own column in the paper.
Yeah, exactly. And then when,
which foreshadows a lot. Like,
and then when, like, Rodrick and Greg get into a scuffle and all that, and then, like, when they're found out to be lying about the whole party thing, it's like Susan just feels humiliated about it. And it's like, okay, in a small town, that kind of makes sense. Meanwhile, if you live in the city, it's like, who the fuck cares?
It's a very closed off, right wing small town.
Getting political.
Everyone does go to church.
Yeah, everyone does go to church. True. Yeah, exactly. Like, you're going to see the whole town there.
And even, like, not to diss Susan, but Greg's, like, freaking out when he's got the stain on his pants. It's like, Mum, I cannot go in. Like, he's distressed. It's like, no, we're not missing church. We cannot miss church. You'll embarrass me. And it's like...
You'll embarrass me, and God will hate you, Greg.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's really on Susan. I feel like more so less than on Susan. It's like, that's just kind of like, because I'm not are any of us religious guys, just for the audience?
I'm not. I'm definitely agnostic.
Yeah, because, like, I've only just met you. It's not like I've known you guys since year 7, and I know you guys aren't religious or anything. But, like, A
podcast about Diary of a Wimpy Kid. We start talking about our stances on religion.
Okay.
What do you think about the religious dichotomy of our 21st century society?
What do you think about that?
Jesus fella.
He's pretty cool.
Jesus fella.
That's how youth workers talk these days. You guys know about Jesus? He's rad.
He's pretty freaking epic.
Sounds like a PSA.
No,
dude, I go. Sorry to throw this in.
No,
I go to a Catholic university, and I remember on my first orientation day, they're like, upstairs in this room, we've got our youth hangout. Just come up and chill and have a coffee. We're just talking about love and everything.
Oh,
it was just felt like this is a gateway into something. I probably should have looked into it more, but that would have been funny. Funny rabbit
what's it called? No, but I was just wanted to say that with Susan being so upset, letting Greg in. That's I feel like a lot of extreme Christian families would be like that. We will not miss church. Old episodes of The Simpsons, Marge would be it's church, you have to go, homie. And then Homer's like, fuck off.
Oh yeah, I remember that episode.
Yeah, that was a bit of an upsetting episode, honestly. Fuck off. I'm Jewish now. Oh, that was a bit tragic, but Yeah.
Poor Marge. Yeah.
Oh, gee. Okay.
There's a lot of gaslighting in this film, gaslighting the parents, which really is reminiscent of current social horror films like The Invisible Man. Rodrick Rules walked so that the Invisible Man could run.
Yeah, Lee Whannell, what are you doing ripping off this classic piece of filmmaking, you piece of shit?
There's a whole, a new original horror franchise inside this universe as well, the Foot franchise.
Oh, the Foot. They watched that just after looking at the views.
Oh, yeah.
You guys should start doing that.
Yeah,
check the Spotify plays and it's
and then we'll just watch a
four?
shitty...
Let's watch the Foot.
So stay tuned for Marathon Me to review the Foot franchise.
This might be a long one, but Reese or Kane, do you guys remember your cinema experience of watching this film? Did you guys get to see it in theaters?
I did see it. I do not remember
because
it at all.
with mine, I remember when the Foot scene happened, there was this middle-aged woman behind me just cackling hilariously at the Foot scene, when the toe goes up.
When it goes up his nose.
She thought it was the funniest thing, apparently.
I love that this resonates from 11-year-old Kyle's consciousness. Yeah. That's awesome.
See, the only...
it's the one thing I remember from my cinema.
That's so crazy that they let Quentin Tarantino direct a portion of the Wimpy Kid Rodrick Rules.
So how about 3 feet? A woman has not 2 but 3 feet.
Okay, Quentin, you're just gonna write this part, and then we're not having you here. All right, go. Here, take this script for this movie called Django Unchained. Go make that. No one's gonna watch this fucking movie. Just do that after doing the Foot scene, of course. All right. Jesus Christ.
Shrug is an outright bully. Oh no, Greg is an outright bully to Shrug in this.
Yeah, Greg's cruel to Shrug.
Yeah, Shrug says one nasty thing. When he gets back, he's like, I see you've made no progress or whatever. Just that.
But he hasn't.
He's like, you ain't get no bitches, Greg. What the fuck? And then Greg's like, where's Shrug?
Yeah.
Because I remember, because I only rewatched it recently, I remember Shrug being a lot more brutal. But really, he's just before he goes to where'd he go again?
India. India or Sri Lanka.
So before he went there, he's like to Greg, girls like her just don't take guys like us. Little sentimental things like that.
Yeah, he's being a realist.
Yeah. And then when he gets back, it's just the one comment, and then straight away.
Because Greg's nah, you're wrong, Shrug. I'm gonna get mad bitches,
it's 100% a Greg is cocky, and then Shrug gives him a bit of a taste of reality.
Yeah,
and then Greg's like, "Fuck you," and then he's like, I'm gonna ruin you.
Yeah,
and he does,
and he's proud of it with the whole I'm gonna get class clown for sure.
Exactly.
Bloody with Shrug though, it's he is. Oh no, you go.
No. I was just gonna say, it really ties into that whole Invisible Man thing that I brought up before.
Shrug Gupta is the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. No, I was gonna say Shrug, he's crafty as fuck in trying to get he's scheming to try to break Greg's prank and all that. He's not taking it like how some middle school kids would take cruel pranks and all that, where they just start crying like a little bitch and all that.
Or move schools and he
tries to outsmart them and all that. And in the end, Shrug wins.
He does.
And then by pretending to be Holly Hills and giving Greg a letter. It's kind of weird that Shrug, because in the scene where he reveals that he's Holly and gets Greg to actually notice him, kind of weird that he's wearing the exact same clothes as Holly on that day.
Yeah.
That's a very good
and it's
point.
I don't think Holly wasn't clearly wasn't in it. Wasn't in on the joke. like on the prank. So like, where did you get those from, Chirag?
But what a punch to the face.
My guess is that she's doing volleyball during lunchtime.
Oh my
and
goodness.
she is in her gym outfit. He breaks into the girls' changing room, steals her clothes, wears them for Greg, and that's also why she's not there. Because there's a lot of kids there.
Yeah.
She's probably in the gym doing her volleyball stuff. That's my theory.
Well, no.
But also,
I love that theory, but what stops it is when he runs out the room,
Yeah.
she literally just walks past.
And in the
remember?
same outfit, yeah. So that kind
And
of
it's like the whole
true.
Hi Fregley thing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, true.
What like a double 1-2 made.
Oh yeah,
Fucking Greg's face.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Greg like just seems genuinely hurt by
cops
that,
it one- and then cops it again.
and then the best character comes up to Greg. Coach Malone is like, "Ooh, tough break."
Yeah, where did that come from?
Because like you
Coach
can't-
Malone's like,
These
I know
kids
that-
are like 12 and you're like caring about their like romantic. Also, it's a fat diss on Fregley.
Yeah,
For
it's
the-
like
Yeah, I know.
clearly like
He's
maybe
had enough.
troubled and mentally somewhat. I don't know what word to say that doesn't sound mean. Like mentally
abusive? What are you trying to?
No, not mentally abusive. Like maybe mentally less developed. Type
Okay,
person.
okay.
Someone
Yeah.
like that seems like they're on the spectrum and all that.
Oh, okay.
We're not doctors. We're not diagnosing this shit. All right, we're just
You're
giving our interpretations.
You're diagnosing Fregley as neurodivergent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not a doctor. So this is,
Warning: we are not doctors, so please do not take any medical advice from us or diagnose yourself depending on us.
Oh, we're not. Oh, they're not taking our medical advice seriously because I was just gonna say like you should have some Marlboro.
So you definitely don't take that advice.
Cigarettes do great for the health, guys.
Yes,
Longer
yeah.
than the 1950s because I can't fucking pronounce Marlboro.
Around that point is also where Rodrick and Greg's lie gets caught out.
Oh yes.
And this is a heartbreaking scene of Rodrick's breakdown.
Oh my god.
Where it is heartbreaking, where he's banned from the talent show.
It hurts
and
more than the breakup in the first one.
Yeah, this hurts a lot more than the breakup in the first movie because of two layers. Because you can really see that Rodrick is hurt, and like he's someone who doesn't care about a lot of things. But one thing that he cares about is loaded diaper and like making it.
Yeah,
and him being told that he can't do this talent show is first. Yeah, that's the first thing that freaking just stabs you in the heart.
Yeah.
And then the second one is when he walks up the stairs and Greg is so heartbroken as well. Not just because he thinks that Rodrick is gonna hate him, but also he has empathy for his brother. He knows this is gonna hurt him.
But
as
what
well.
hurts is what Rodrick says to Greg.
He's like,
where it's like that.
that
You're my
also
brother,
hurts.
but you'll never be my friend.
Oh
It's
my
like,
god.
You're my brother. She'll never be my friend.
That cuts
the delivery,
deep. Yeah.
the delivery of like how Rodrick is like on the verge of tears as well when he's
my
saying
God,
this is
yeah.
that this is a completely emotional response. Like that came straight from his heart.
Yeah.
which it just hurts
Like,
so much.
yeah,
more.
and as-
Props to Devin Bostic for that line reading, man. Because like, my God, that hits. That definitely hits.
yeah.
But as you said, like what makes this hurt more is just the highs just before this, like with
Yeah.
the party and like the whole convenience store scene.
Yeah,
and
getting
stuff. It's
chased
like,
around by
things
Coach
are going
Malone.
well. It's fun. And
They're the best spot that they ever have been with each other.
Exactly.
And then it just
and like
went bust.
you can see it because Greg's going to Rodrick for advice about Holy and like
Yeah.
what to do, and like Rodrick has that initial like heart lol sort of response, but then he
Yeah, kind of like
wants to cheer him up at least. Like his advice isn't great, but the brotherly support is
Yeah, exactly.
you
His
know,
heart's in the right place and all that kind of meme.
I am not even kidding. Got a little bit of goosebumps when talking about that because of how well executed it is in this film. The highlight, the biggest strength of this is that natural progression, and then like this feels so much less cliche and conventional than the Rowley Greg breakup in the first one, right? It doesn't feel like a standard just it's getting to close to the third act. We're gonna break up our two main characters. This feels earned and built up, and also like it was inevitable as well because every like you got to get your comeuppance.
Every kid's movie, got to do that kind of shit.
Yeah, you got to, like, the lie will have to be caught out.
Yeah,
and it freaking hurts.
It's well done, honestly.
And this sort of then the next step in the narrative now is they're at, like, the old folks home.
Oh yeah, this shit.
And this is very interesting. I like all the, like, variety. Well, kids movies, they know that what they need to do to keep kids entertained is just change up the location.
Yeah.
As long as they do that, then they're engaged. And now we're at the old folks' home, and Greg and Rodrick hate each other, and they're back to their old tricks of, like, trying to pull pranks on one another. More Rodrick than Greg, because Rodrick now has, like, almost a reason to hate Greg. And this is where Rodrick steals Greg's clothes and then makes him have to run through the old folks' home
actually,
naked.
he didn't steal his clothes. Greg willingly ran out the room in his underpants.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Back to the setting, as you said. They don't let you forget this is an old person home. Because, like, every scene opens with that yellow tracksuit guy.
The bloody old...
briskly walking.
Oh,
it's like,
you're right.
Yeah, what was up with that?
Tracksuit, old man walker.
He is the protector of
like,
this
oh, it's
realm.
a pool. No, it's the nursing home pool.
Yeah, you're very, very right.
He is the protector of this old folks' home. He will not let it go down in flames.
Because old people don't exist anywhere else.
No, precisely not.
They don't.
Well,
there's a designated location for old people.
No, because to little kids, old people are scary. So, like, you know, like a lot of
they're
kids
contained.
don't have old people.
Also,
keep them contained. Yeah, exactly.
The grandpa doesn't get a name, does he? It's just grandpa.
I think his name's Charlie.
Okay.
I feel like his name's Charlie, but I feel like I might be thinking of Charlie Kelly from It's Always Sunny again.
Now it's Always Sunny's just stuck in our heads now.
Who gave this guy the security surveillance, like, live?
That's a bit...
Oh, no, I think the hotels do that. I think that hotels do have that channel, which is like the live security footage that you can see the foyer.
Okay.
That is honestly a legitimately hilarious scene of the grandpa.
Life.
Yeah. This is real life.
I mean, look, man, if you're happy, then go ahead.
This is what?
He's the guy, like, just religiously watch Seven Mate, you know?
Yeah,
it's just,
exactly.
The porn stars.
This is real life American Pickers.
It's nice.
Extreme truckers.
It's nice to see. Look, it's not
ice roading.
Look, it's nice to see that the main character from Rear Window moved from spying on people through his window to spying on people through security cameras. That's pretty nice.
Jimmy Stewart has aged and he's here watching security footage.
Yeah, what was the protagonist's name in Rear Window? It was like LB. Oh, it's LB Jeffries.
LB Jeffries.
Okay, because I was trying to remember that.
We have wrote that name down about 1 million times in our life because of Year 12 and essays.
I couldn't remember the name of Year of Wonders because I was talking to my brother because he's still doing the Crucible, but he's doing the dressmaking now. And I was like, I did the Crucible. I could not remember the name of that book we did. Yeah,
I really liked Year of Wonders. I really liked Year of Wonders.
That's probably like my favorite book.
Yes,
ever.
I just could not remember the title.
Yeah, that's fair.
I really liked the Year 11, Year 12. I really enjoyed doing the Crucible. Honestly, I really enjoyed that one.
Crucible was a little bit mid for me.
I really want to watch the Daniel Day-Lewis Crucible movie now.
Oh yes, totally worth it,
dude. I'd let Winona Ryder accuse me of being a witch any day. Honestly.
So back to Greg in the nursing home. Yeah. This director really likes having Greg in his underwear. We've seen him in his underwear many times.
Actually, this is a different director in the second. The second one is a different director, actually.
Well, the filmmakers like having Greg.
Exactly. Another thing is that this whole scene was in the third book, The Last Straw.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I mean, to be fair, in the book, I'm pretty sure he was in his underwear as well.
Yeah,
so
they pull a bit of
but it's not even a scene from the book though. They're like, let's take this one.
Yeah.
Why are we taking this one?
Yeah, they kind of
no
just
reason.
No
reason.
The second,
in his underwear.
The second one, and especially the third one, they kind of implement bits and pieces from different books and all that.
I feel like the Dog Days is a bit
mix and match. Dog Days the movie is a mix up of Dog Days the book and Last Straw the book.
Yeah,
which is like it's fine because like Last Straw was always one of my least favorite Wimpy Kid films. That was like Wimpy Kid book. Sorry.
During this naked chase scene in the old folks' home, one thing that is just such a strange moment is the peeping Tom incident. With him in the toilets when he accidentally goes in the old ladies' room in the ladies' room. Mm-hmm. So what is weird about this is not him ending up in the women's toilets.
Yeah,
it's because he's a child. That is children will sometimes end up there. and he's a child who makes mistakes, you know? The weird thing is the reaction of the old people.
Oh my god.
Screaming at him, going, Peeping Tom, there's a Peeping Tom in here, everyone.
I've got him in a headlock. Like,
Yeah.
You think they'd chase him out at least, not fucking try to kill him.
And their intention is to bash this child. They try and surround him, and then they get him in a headlock. Well, they attempt to get him in a headlock, but they get some other old lady in a headlock.
They get an old Asian lady in a headlock, and she's like, "I'm not the kid," and
they keep going. They keep going.
It didn't look like they let her go. So I
Yeah.
think there's some underlying racism in that group.
Yeah, they're using it just as a front to like get all their get out their racism out on this old Asian lady.
Oh dear.
They're a different breed. What is it, like Sunshine Shores? Or what
Yeah.
what was it called?
Well, they are an upper class, right wing old folks home. So that all does make sense.
Yeah.
Also, this old folks home is a freaking country club. Like,
it
in
looks really
very
nice.
high, very upper class again.
Yeah, you've got the two spectrums of old folks homes. You've got the Springfield Retirement Castle at the bottom, and then you've got Shady Oaks. No, wait, no, that's hang on, that's for the nursing home from fucking Golden Girls. Hang on, whatever the hell the one's called from Dora Wimpy Kid.
Yeah, whatever this one.
That's the top one. That's the top old folks home.
So I feel very bad. Man, no wonder Greg has like trust issues. These old people are trying to freaking beat him.
Can't trust anyone no more.
Yeah, exactly. No wonder it's his last straw.
Oh god.
But
we
after
get more character depth between Greg and Holly here.
Yes,
You know?
yeah, you do.
And we're also first introduced to Heather Hills. You know.
Well,
who
it
becomes-
name dropped in this one, yeah. It's so weird though, because like throughout the entire movie, Holly either seems off-put by Greg or just completely just stonewalls him or doesn't even know who he is. And then it's just like, "Hey, Greg,"
Yeah,
and it's
hey,
like,
Greg, you have a grandfather too?
And it's like, "Whoa, I didn't know you knew old people. What the fuck?"
But like, they try to make it wholesome because it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm so sorry for calling you Frankie."
Well, yeah, no, I
the other
see
day," you know?
I see the attempt.
So
It's like-
they just tried to cover it up.
Yeah.
I look, you know what I would have preferred? I would have just preferred if she was just completely just repulsed by him during the entire movies and all that. Do like a Charlie and the Waitress in It's Always Sunny. Just have the love interest be repulsed. But I know they wouldn't do that. But like that's just
I definitely have thoughts on that to talk about in the Dog Days podcast.
Oh
without a doubt.
Yeah,
I
got I think I have some similar things to discuss. Some complaints when we get some more Holly Hills, Greg Heffley shipping and all that.
And then of course, Greg's redemption again, showing that he's willing to be selfless here at the end.
Yeah. I mean, it's cute though. Like, what's it called? Actually, no. It's kind of weird though, because like he's all like, he's making it seem like he's sacrificing a lot to like be like, I'll be in Rowley's magic show act.
Yeah.
If you let Rodrick do the performance with his band, you're not sacrificing anything, Greg. You're just being a magician's assistant. Like. The way he does it makes it seem like he's gonna ruin his life or something.
Yeah.
Well, at least in the first one, the cheese, like him doing the cheese thing, that had weight to it. Like I like that he was being selfless for his brother. It just felt kind of weird that like, oh no,
you have to be a good friend.
Oh
to
no,
help
you
your
have to
brother.
be a good friend.
To be a good friend to be a good brother.
Yeah.
Greg, what the fuck?
I think that it is actually. I like this one more than the sacrifice in the first one. I think because it's something that it establishes quite well that he really does not want to do it, but he's willing to put himself in an uncomfortable situation that he doesn't want to do, and like. Honestly, he doesn't have any responsibility to be this assistant. It was sprung on him last minute, and it really shows that he does not want to do it. But he's willing to if his brother will get something out of it.
But what I hate is like during the act, like there's so much remorse, like he doesn't want to do it. But the second it starts going well, it's like, Rowley, wear a hit. It's like Rowley's doing everything.
Rowley's like nothing. Yeah, Rowley's like, what the fuck do you mean we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
God,
just get into a big fight
that-
backstage.
That's such a me and Stephanos thing that would have happened. Like, I would have been actually putting effort in, and like he would have been taking the laughs, and he's like, "Look what we did," and it's like, "No, this
fuck
my
Steph.
creative
This is my
thing.
W.
Yeah, this is my thing.
This is my dub.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have here written down on my notes that what I took from this is that the moral of the story is that sometimes honesty is not the answer, and love is a little bit more important than honesty. And I totally forgot why I wrote that down.
No, but they do a nice way of like establishing that, because even when like Greg and Frank are in the crowd, it's like, you know, those two are happy, let's keep this between us.
Yes,
so everyone
that's it.
has secrets. Yeah, it's like,
Yes, you're totally right. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, with the mum dancing, it's like everyone being happy is sort of I guess that could be sort of damaging, but you know, in reason that the truth is not always the answer. Looking out for those that you love is the answer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that it's a really, really wholesome ending where it's like the whole movie we're being taught not to lie. Susan is like, yeah, I don't lie. This family doesn't lie. And then the climax, which is a positive climax, is everyone in on the same lie. Which and that is like, and that's actually a good thing. So yeah, lies can be useful when it allows people to embrace themselves and self-actualize more.
Yeah.
Do you remember who wins the talent show in the books? Because they don't bring that up in the film.
I feel like the Yankee Doodle Dandy
Yeah,
kid
I think
one.
I think it was the kid
The
that
roller
was
skating.
yeah, roller
Which
skating.
is so bizarre in the movie because like Frank's literally like, "Hey Greg, you can do that." It's like, dude, your son is like, and then like, you know, it shows like Greg's disappeared. It's like, your son is like 12, 13. This kid is like, I think 6 doing this shit. What 12-year-old's gonna want to bloody? Oh, maybe Rowley might want to do that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, you know, it's just like, what fucking kid's gonna want to roll around singing some stupid patriotic American song from back in the Civil War? You know.
I find it so funny,
maybe that's
the
why
American
Frank
flag
liked it.
hanging up there. Like, that's what I find so
Oh, there is a
funny
lot of
about it.
American flags in this film. Like when Holly's doing a presentation and she's got the PowerPoint,
Oh, yeah.
American flag comes up.
Yeah.
You know, Dad's very into his Civil War reenactments. Like
That's a lot of,
Right-wing
yeah,
and
there is
liberal.
some good patriotism. This is
Yeah.
a very patriotic movie, guys.
Yeah.
Actually, this was made 10 years after 9/11, so you know they had to show off their patriotism.
That's
you know,
a very interesting
on the
link
anniversary.
to make.
Can you please write an essay about how it reflects the 10-year anniversary of 9/11? How this is in response to the September 11th attacks?
Oh man, you know they were really onto something. I'll tell you what. Oh my fucking arm.
Do you guys mind if I get into like my overall thoughts and we discuss
Sure,
our
yeah,
overall
yeah.
thoughts of the movie? Because
Yeah, go ahead.
I liked this more than the first one because I think it was less on the nose and less obvious with the themes of the film. I think it was a lot more organic, less like structured, like less formulaic. That's it.
Yeah.
Where and also like less Rowley was sort of needed. I think that as much as Rowley has that big dick energy,
And
I
he's an
think-
endearing character.
and he's an endearing character. I think that too much of him because he doesn't have a lot of depth. Like the actual Rowley character doesn't have too much depth. He's just good guy. Doesn't want to do anything wrong. Wants to please his parents.
And
that pleases
Joshy.
him.
Yeah.
And Joshy.
And
Yeah,
Joshy.
yeah,
And plus,
yeah.
like, look, they already did. I feel like they already
Joshy
kind
cares
of
about his parents.
They already kind of did enough with Rowley in the first movie, so it's like it kind of makes sense as to why he kind of take more of a back seat in this one because it's like we've already kind of exhausted most of like what we can do with Rowley in this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a different sort of companion that is sort of honed in on in each of these
Yeah.
films, which is good.
Yeah, no,
That's needed to be.
Yeah, it's nice. Like they're still there, but it's like yeah, how like Rodrick kind of has like a bit of a it kind of has like the Rowley kind of role in the third one, where it's like he's not in the background, but like he's not in the film as much as like he was in Rodrick Rules, but more than in the first one, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Kyle? Like, how do you think it compares to the first one, at least?
I think it's definitely more memorable and has more iconic scenes. Because I'm trying to think back to the first one. I haven't seen it as recently as the second, but like I can think of like the talent show where like Greg all of a sudden is like an a cappella god. Like
that's
I'm just
the
trying to think of
part.
like
The school
where
play.
this where you've got like you got that talent show ends. You've got the party. You know, it's just good.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I think there's more. I think that it doesn't have to establish the world as much as the first one does, and like a lot of like teen stories, like high school movies, I think are definitely guilty of this. Is that it feels like that for the first 20 minutes to half an hour, they're establishing the high school, what high school life is like. And everyone gets that, but it's because every sort of film has like their own, they want to have their take on high school. And the first one definitely does that, you know, showing gym class, feeling emasculated by gym class, going down the halls, look at all these people that are hairy and taller than I am. Like, they have a lot of that, where here the world is already established, and the scene at the start at the roller rink, that is like establishing the world, but does it a lot more succinctly.
Yeah. But it's interesting because, as you said, like they build the whole school in the first film. They use that in this film. But Dog Days is based in summer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mostly.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
like the whole school thing, like you have the relationship still, but like that whole environment is just.
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of needed, like a change of scenery and all that. In like
Absolutely.
after 2 movies of basically being school focused, it's kind of decent to like have it in different locales and all that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah.
And a take that I have from this film is that I reckon they could have held off until maybe the next movie to introduce Holly Hills. I think she wasn't really needed in this.
Well, I mean, she's not even in Rodrick Rules and all
Oh,
that.
not Rodrick. What?
She's not in the book Rodrick Rules.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, like, yeah, it would give more focus onto Rodrick and Greg's relationship.
I think it's quite like because in the actual climax of it and the end of the emotional arc, it's not too directly relating to Holly Hills, right? Like nothing really amounts from it other than she notices him. Yeah, that's all. But it didn't. Like, she is just sort of like a device for Rodrick and Greg's relationship.
Yeah.
Where she doesn't have to be there, and the third film could have more honed in on that and the whole like romantic exploration.
Yeah.
So I think they should have just like not introduced her yet, and then had the third one been love discovery.
But if she wasn't there wouldn't have been any of that, as you said, like Rodrick bonding, like the whole. She laughed at me because of my presentation.
I
reckon they could have.
They probably would have been other ways to like kind of work around that in terms of like how to get Rodrick and Greg like their relationship developed and all that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there's probably other ways that they could have done it without the inclusion of Holly and all that. But you know, we may never know. We may never know.
We'll never know Rodrick Rules without that. But overall, I loved it. I really, really liked it.
Yeah.
Like, this was there was no down moments for me. I think it's probably the most rewatchable.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind watching it right now. Like, so at this point of time with where we're at in the marathon is that we're like halfway through watching the long haul.
Yeah.
And I would just want to turn it off and watch this instead.
Yeah, I would certainly prefer to watch this movie. Like, is it alright if I just quickly give my thoughts on this before, because I feel like we're about to wrap up and all that. Is that well, there's not really much to say that you two haven't already said. Is that Rodrick does indeed rule. Rodrick Rules does indeed rule. I gotta say. What's it called?
I can appreciate how much it's aged well. I was nervous going into this thinking it was going to be cringe, like especially the roller skating scene stuff. But you know, I guess just watching it by myself, it's like, you know, I'm not embarrassed by any of it. So
well, yeah, I think it's also because like we're older and all that. It's like we're not as like. I feel like when we're younger, we're kind of in that more like we're going in maybe actively wanting to hate something sometimes, because like you'll watch something and it'll be like, oh, I'm above this kind of shit, you know. Or like, I don't know, it's like, oh, I'm too old to watch this. And it's like, we're all 20 and all that. It's like, it's fine. It's like, it's whatever. But it was a really fun time. Loved it. I honestly don't even know what else. It's definitely got a more coherent story than the first one. The first one's kind of like a loosely connected series of shorts, kind of, if that makes sense.
The first one feels very much like Bones, like it's very bony. Where this one has a lot of meat in it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a lot more. I think it's smoother because it feels like you're eating a meal. The first one feels very much like a bit of a snack.
Felt like more of a movie, kind of. Like, I love the first one and all that, and I don't know, I think part of me kind of finds the first one funnier, but I think this one's still really funny and a better movie. But I think that's because like I clowned on the first one so much, and then like I pretty much ran out of all my material by like the second one. So like,
okay.
Well, like when we're watching it and all that, because I already made like the Greg's a school shooter, Greg's an incel, Greg's
somebody needs to pay.
Somebody needs to pay line.
Greg is a lot more bearable in this.
Oh yeah,
so much more.
He's still got the Gregisms and all that. I mean, he's just moved on from whining to manipulation and gaslighting.
Yeah, but I think that what makes his character more refreshing in this...
The Sigma male grind set.
...is that for a lot of this film, he's working with others. Like, he's working with Rodrick. In the first one, he's so selfish and independent and just, like, judgmental of everyone around him that it's very, very by himself. Where in this, he's actually working together with others, which is more of an endearing trait, I reckon, than just his independence.
Yeah.
And also, I just want to mention as well, before we wrap up, that this has Bill in it, the Rodrick's new band member.
Oh, yeah.
Who he comes over for dinner and is definitely baked out of his fucking mind.
Oh yeah, dude. There's so.
I like how intense they try to make it, like the close up of his mouth, and just
Yeah.
he's not even like chewing that like disgustingly, but like a little bit goes out, and they try to make it seem gross.
I was grossed out watching that scene. Like I was pretty grossed out. Like they're definitely baked in it, dude. Rodrick's one friend, like the guy,
skinny
like,
dude
the
with
skinny
the
dude
mohawk?
with like the spiky hair. Oh, he every scene he's in, he's totally baked in it.
Oh,
Like,
I reckon he's on some. I think he's on like Eckies or something. Where I think
he's on some fucking new caps, mate.
Yeah. I think that he's on more like a stimulant where
you
the
reckon?
other. Yeah, I think
He's on
that,
some
like
amphetamines.
Bill is just high as a kite. Man, I haven't had this.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely a
meal in
he's definitely more of a weed head.
It's all
yeah.
burgers and fries and pizza. It sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And the chicks, it gets too much.
The rockstar life isn't for everyone, but if you think you can handle it, then it's all yours. It's like, yeah, he's definitely a weed head.
But just the way Rodrick idolizes him, where it's like, please, that's what I want.
I mean, like, yeah, they're all on some form of substance. The band Loaded Diaper. They're the new Motley Crue guys. Keep an eye out for them.
Well, who doesn't want to be a rock star?
Exactly.
And I think we'll wrap it up there, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Hopefully the audio quality is okay because we're trying something different with having a guest on. Kyle, thank you so much for being on.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
It was
very exciting.
this was extremely smooth. It was very, very nice to have you.
It's an honour to have you as our first guest.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And
Big
hopefully
fan. Happy to be here.
and hopefully we'll have you come back on for another one at some
who
point,
knows?
mate.
How was your experience, Kyle?
I loved it. Thanks for having me here. You know, I love seeing this podcast get bigger, and you know, hopefully big things are in the future.
Thank you.
God bless.
You, Kyle. God bless. And don't forget to check out our Facebook page at Marathon Me Official, all one word, and our Instagram, MarathonMe_official, to keep up to date on the podcast. And hey, if you want to get into contact with us, email us at marathonmepodc, yes, the letter C, @gmail.com. Like podcast without the ask.